Hi, katzcradul here. It's Thursday, and that means it's time for another episode of the Homestead Honey Hour. We have a good show planned for you tonight. I'm going to be the hostess, but my partners on the show, Noreen, Atticus 9799, Bev, the Mrs. Volpe, and Michigan Snow Pony, Renee, will also be there, and they'll be in the chat room being able to answer questions for you. We're going to be talking about gardening, but it's going to be a little bit different than what we've talked about before. What I want to discuss is what I learned last year in my gardening experience that will have me changing the way I do things this year. I'm going to give you the call-in number to the show at the very beginning when you log on, so that if you would like to join in this discussion, I'd love to have you join me. I want to know what you learned as well that will change the way you do things this year, and it doesn't really specifically have to be something you learned last year. Just something you've learned in general would be fine. But I learned enough last year that we could probably talk the whole show about it, and I hope you find that that's true, that you're not just set and static in the way you do things, but that you're learning all the time and being able to implement those changes based on your experiences. As a bonus, I am going to post a link to, in fact, you've been looking at pictures from the show that I found that aired on BBC. I'm going to post the link for you below. The name of the show, in fact, it was a series that ran for several years. It's off the air now, but it's called How to Be a Gardener. And the host was Alan Titchmarsh. I think I'm saying that correctly. It's not a name that's familiar to me, but he is very, very well known over in Great Britain. In fact, when I looked his name up and looked at pictures of him, there were several pictures of him with the Queen and other members of royalty, so he must be really famous over there. And I apologize to my subscribers who are in Britain because I don't know him. But I watched this show on gardening. I watched it mostly because it was a rainy, dreary day, and it's going to be raining for several more days. In fact, we're expecting snow here again in mid-Missouri, and I just wanted to stay inspired and excited about gardening. So I watched this 30-minute show and just loved it. Can't wait to watch the rest of the shows in the series. One of the things I really liked about this is that there's a lot of time-lapse photography in it, so it shows seeds sprouting and it shows the garden over the course of the season using time-lapse, and I really do like that. But this guy has some excellent ideas. He will show you in just a few seconds how to build a beautiful bamboo trellis for climbing beans, and he has some interesting ways for making absolutely perfect rows if you're into that kind of thing. He shows a very regimented garden where everything's lined up, and then he shows a more free-form kind of garden outside of a kitchen door. Anyway, I just loved it. I hope you like it too, and that's your bonus for watching this video. So join me tonight at 6 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Mountain, 8 p.m. Central, and 9 Eastern Time at prepperbroadcasting.com. I'll post the link to the show below. Those of you who are old subscribers know how to get in. So that this will be the end of the video for you, and I thank you so much for watching and hope to see you tonight. Those of you who are new subscribers and have never been to prepperbroadcasting.com and have never visited the Homestead Honey Hour, stick around and I will show you how to get into the show. Okay, for those of you who are new and never been to the show, again, it's at prepperbroadcasting.com, and I'll post the link below. And when you get to the home page, it will look like this. Now I'm going to show you a close-up on that page, because you will now want to go, and this has changed just a little bit, you'll want to click on Listen and Chat. And when you click on Listen and Chat, it will take you to tonight's page. You'll see two players. These are Blog Talk Radio players. You'll look at the one on the right. That's the one for the Homestead Honey Hour. And if you click down on the little arrow right at 8 o'clock or 8:01 Central Time, if you'll click on that little arrow, it will allow you to hear the show. If that doesn't work for you, and it doesn't work for me, and I'm not sure why, if you scroll down the page just a little bit, you'll see the call-in number. you can dial that number, and you don't have to talk, and you won't be on the air or anything like that unless you press the number 1 once you hear the announcer begin to talk in your ear in the telephone. It will allow you just to listen to the show if you have free cell time or free long distance service. That's the way I like to listen to it, and I just press speaker on my handheld phone, and then I just listen to the show that way. So that'll work for you. If you do want to call in and talk to me while I'm on the air, you use that same number, and then once you hear the person say, you're now, welcome to Blog Talk Radio, press 1 if you'd like to enter the queue. If you press 1, then that will notify the engineer that you want to come on the air, and I'd love to have you do that. If you scroll down the page a bit, you'll see the big gray box that has a little white box in it. If you put your name in that white box and press connect, that will bring you into the chat room so that you can see all the fun things that go on there. The other honeys will be in there answering questions and stirring up trouble and having a lot of fun. So just go ahead and click to get into the chat, and you'll want to be sure to do that. It moves pretty quickly, so eat your Wheaties and be ready for that, because it flies by, but it's a lot of fun too. Anyway, hope that helps you out. If you have any questions, you can send me a PM through my YouTube channel. I'll be happy to answer it for you. And I hope to see you tonight. Until next time, this is katzcradul.